The Los Angeles Angels have been one of, if not baseball's most disappointing team this past decade. Despite having the best player in baseball since 2011, the Angels have made the playoffs one time and in their only playoff appearance got swept in 3 games by the Kansas City Royals. It's not Mike Trout's fault the team has done nothing during his tenure. I mean, the guy has won 3 MVPs in 11 years. If anything, it shows how the Angels have completely failed Trout by not putting the right pieces around him. And don't get me wrong, the Angels had tried to put the right pieces around him, but everything has turned into a disaster. The Albert Pujols signing, the Josh Hamilton fiasco, and most recently, Anthony Rendon and his terrible contract. Sometimes, MLB teams have to make moves they don't want to do, but have to do for the better of their club going forward. That move for the Angels, and it's a tough one, is becoming full-on sellers, transitioning into a rebuilding team, and trading Shohei Ohtani and possibly Mike Trout. Coming off a miserable 2021 season, the Angels headed into this year with a healthy Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon after both missed significant time last year due to injury, plus the reigning 2021 AL MVP Shohei Ohtani on their team. On top of that, the front office made several moves this offseason in hopes of upgrading the team. Noah Syndergaard and Michael Lorenzen were added for the rotation. Aaron Loup was a big-time addition to the back end of the bullpen, and Raisel Iglesias was brought back on a 4-year deal. The hype surrounding the Angels was somewhat there, as they were predicted to finish second in the AL West and had a 38.1% chance to make the playoffs according to Fangraphs. 2022 started off on the right foot for the Angels, as they were 14-8 after the first month of the season, and on May 24th, they were 1 game back of the Houston Astros for the division lead. It seemed like the Angels finally had the right pieces mixed in with their stars, who were all playing well and healthy. Reed Detmers was a surprise in the rotation and threw a no-hitter, and Taylor Ward was the breakout player across baseball and led the league in OPS and average after the first 2 months. On May 24th, the team sat a season-high 10 games over 500 at 27-17. 2 weeks later, on June 10th, they were 27-31. Yes, you heard that right. The team went on to lose a franchise record 14 consecutive games, and all the things that were going well fell apart. Anthony Rendon got hurt again and was ruled out for the year. Taylor Ward fell back to reality, and even Mike Trout went on an 0-for-27 hitless streak. Since their 27-17 record, they are 11-32 and are coming off a 4-game set where they were swept by the Baltimore Orioles. As of July 11th, the team is 7 games back of the third and final wildcard spot, and to put it nicely, the team is a disaster. With the MLB trade deadline 3 weeks away, the Angels still have time to right ship, but with how they've been playing as of late, there isn't much hope, and by no means is this a playoff team with their current roster. The offense currently ranks 25th in runs scored across the league and is in the bottom third of most hitting categories. On the pitching side of things, the bullpen has the 19th best ERA across the league, and the rotation ranks 16th in ERA. If things continue to head south for the Angels, and that looks like the most likely scenario, the team has a tough choice to make on if they will be sellers at the trade deadline. Arms like Noah Syndergaard and Michael Lorenzen, both on 1-year deals, could be attractive names to other clubs, but the question is, how bad do things get before the club looks into trading two-way star Shohei Ohtani? It sounds crazy, but hear me out. The Angels have been to the playoffs once since Mike Trout's debut in 2011. The current club is flawed on both sides of the ball, so even if the Angels think they can still compete this year, moves need to be made, and is that the best decision for this franchise? The farm system is already bad and ranked the 3rd worst farm system in baseball according to MLB.com, and the Angels had the 9th highest payroll this year and the 10th highest payroll next season. Shohei Ohtani is a free agent after next season, and at the minimum, will be seeking $350 million due to his impact on the mound and in the box. If you extend him, you will have 3 guys in Trout, Rendon, and Ohtani getting paid well over $100 million, and nothing has been successful even with those 3 guys on your team. At some point, the Angels management has to realize, for years they have tried to put a team around Trout and have failed immensely. It's time to try something else, and that's starting over and rebuilding from scratch. Although Mike Trout has already publicly said he signed the contract extension with LA for a reason and wants to stay, his mind might change if Shohei Ohtani is traded, and if you trade Ohtani, you have to look into trading Trout for a rebuild to be done properly. By trading two generational superstars in Trout and Ohtani, it will give you one of the better farm systems in baseball, along with multiple young, proven MLB players. Once that is complete, you do everything possible to find a team willing to take on part of that Anthony Rendon contract in the offseason by attaching one of the young guys you acquired in the Trout or Ohtani trade. If I were the Angels GM, that's what I would do, because the reality is the Houston Astros aren't going anywhere. The Mariners are much more talented and have tons of young guys in that farm system, and the Rangers are a better team with a mix of young talent and proven all-stars in Marcus Semien and Corey Seager. At best, you're a fourth-place team in the AL West, and that's with superstar talent already on your team, so you might as well start now and go through a rebuild before it's too late and you lose everything.